Whether you've had your car for a long time and it just starting to make some cringy, ugly, gross noises, or you just got a car and it does make some weird noises and it does have higher miles, there's a very good chance that the engine or transmission mount or all of them could be causing those noises because they're extremely worn out, if not broken. We found out that all of the mounts on this entire car holding the drivetrain, the engine and transmission together were toast. So in this video, you'll understand a lot about engine mounts, what a broken one looks like, replacing all of them, and then all cars across the board are very similar. They all have engine transmission mounts, just in different locations and sizes, but the concept is the same and you'll know exactly what that's like by the time you watch this video and give you some confidence in finding out what exactly is wrong with your car and how to fix it. If you're in the market for some motor mounts for your Mazdaspeed3, maybe you're replacing worn out ones, maybe you want to upgrade them, this is my combination I believe is the most comfortable for a daily driver, but you still get a little bit of performance. In this video, we have two motor mounts from carparts.com. These are OEM mounts, and then we have an upgraded one from the guys over at James Barron Racing. We're going to install each one, show you where it goes, and you're going to feel really good about how this engine is mounted in the car and what holds it there, and then when torque is applied, where things flex and where things don't, and then that will equate to how the car feels behind the wheel and how much vibration you have and don't have and how comfortable it is versus how rigid it feels. This is the upgraded rear motor mount from JBR. Really simple piece to install. We'll get underneath the car and show you that. Once this is installed, you're going to feel quite a bit of vibration, but after about 500 to 1,000 miles, it'll calm down a little bit. But it's going to be worth a little bit of added vibration because it really helps put the power down to the asphalt, and you're really going to enjoy driving it a lot more with this instead of the wheels trying to hop off the asphalt. When the turbo spools up, these cars can kind of be all over the place, but this is my favorite one, and I don't like to go past this. Moving on to this is our transmission motor mount. This is a OEM replacement. When you start upgrading other motor mounts, it gets really kind of hardcore with vibration, but if you do something stock like this that has pretty soft rubber in here, it's still really comfortable to daily drive, and your passengers don't really notice. The last one, I think this is unnecessary, but since this is the giveaway car, we want to go above and beyond. This is the passenger side motor mount. This is an OEM replacement as well. These can sometimes crack and leak, which is very common on these cars. With us replacing all three, you know you're not going to have problems, and it's going to be a comfortable ride. If you're in the market for some new parts, whether it's OEM or aftermarket, we have links in the description. You can go grab a JBR mount. They have a ton of other parts for this platform on their website as well. You can snoop around and see what you want to get for your car. And then if you want some OEM pieces like this, carparts.com, down in the description, go check it out. Doesn't matter if you have a Mazdaspeed3. They have other platforms on both of those websites, whether you have a Fiesta ST, Focus ST, go look around. And then of course, carparts.com has about everything that you would need. To begin this install, we are starting with the passenger motor mount, which you can see through some of these hoses right here.
10 millimeters holding the coolant reservoir, power steering reservoir, but they're clipped into a metal tab here.
That clip Randall's talking about is this right here.
By this metal tab right there. And you got the same thing on the coolant reservoir, which is right up front here. So like that. So we got a ground right here, and that looks to be just about it. And then we just got to remove these bolts. So I'll probably loosen these right here, just to get them up out of the way. That'll be good right there. So these are held in by 17 millimeter nuts. That one's gone.
Not too scary.
She's broken.
Oh dang, it's super broken. I actually thought that one was still functional.
It's a 2-piece motor mount. That's what they call this right here.
It was a 1-piece.
Should be like this.
That's probably some of our noise too.
Oh yeah, so we got, I'm not really sure what this thing is. It didn't seem to do anything, but we'll go ahead and take it off and transfer it onto the new one. Just kidding, it's not possible. We don't even have a ground screw either, so we'll have to move that to somewhere else. Figure out where we can extend it to. Put it up top here. So we'll just drill a hole in right here and then put a self-tapping screw in. That'll solve our ground issue.
Up.
Yeah, jack her up a little bit.
Let her free.
Yep. Now I'll just take a punch right here. This is just a regular screw that I had laying around. Being that this is a cast aluminum, soft metal, I got a drill bit that was just a little bit smaller than the diameter of this, and then I threaded it in, and then it basically just made its own threads. If that was steel, you wouldn't necessarily be able to make threads with just this. You'd probably break the screw off, but being that it's a soft metal, usually has no problem doing that. Just like that. Should be able to unbolt it and it won't shift at all. Because with this right here, you don't get enough tension on the bottom of it, the motor will shift either left or right, so it makes it kind of difficult to get it back in there.
So with the battery box out, take your battery out, everything. Then you have the area exposed where the transmission mount is. Randall, do these two come off and then that, like there's a plate that comes off?
So these right here are what originally secured the wiring harness. So these aren't used, but all we have to take off is these 4 bolts, and then this plate right here will come up, and then we'll be able to take out this, which is what holds it into the transmission, and then it'll come out. I believe it's the same size. Yep. So now you can see, like from the previous video when we did the trans, how cracked this is all the way around.
More tension?
I think so, yeah. That should be good.
It's actually really easy.
So much easier this time because the motor didn't move on me. Took me like 30 minutes to get it back in last time.
Ugh. Just completed the passenger and transmission motor mount. We're gonna go outside to the lift to do the rear motor mount. You can definitely do it on jack stands, but we're gonna be able to film better and show you all the angles. But let's see how this thing feels. They didn't like shake at all.
So we got a 17.
No words necessary. Very simple install.
So these two bolts right here are 17 millimeter. Then the ones on the side of the transmission are 19 millimeter. And that just slides right out. And as you can see, that one's smoked as well. So we'll put a nice stiff one in there. And it does appear there might be a bushing in there that could wear out, but this one right here is solid, so got nothing to worry about there. Lock washer, and the new hardware right here is 19 millimeter. So I will take my wrench, put that on there. Just like that. What time is it?
2.
You mean Taco Bell o'clock?
A little Baja Blast.
Baja 30.
Remember it like it was yesterday. I installed a rear motor mount on a Mazdaspeed3 and I was like, wow, dude. Wow, dude. It actually is a lot more vibration right now.
New noises?
That's new feels. It's a little break-in period, don't hurt nobody. See if them noises are gone. There was about a 50 item list of noises, hopefully almost done. This car feels a lot better. Those motor mounts are beyond gone. I'm really enjoying touching on the Mazdaspeed platform over like 6-7 years later. It's so much easier. Don't forget, you can get entered to win this car. We got rid of a lot of noises. It drives really nice now. We're really excited. Parts down in the description, carparts.com and JBR. I appreciate them. If you guys want to check out a video of us installing a CP intercooler and a Cobb bypass valve, really satisfying process. Me and Randall had a good time. You can go click on this video, check it out there, check out the process, go learn something and build confidence in the garage with us.